Welcome to In Focus, the 30th Southeast Asian Games update. I'm Erica Padilla Carriazo alongside my partner Paolo Del Rosario.
We've got a big show coming up, starting with the past week's hottest SEA Games news.
Get a complete rundown of all things that have happened here on News Blitz.
Undeterred by the recent earthquakes in Mindanao, the torch relay for the 2019 Southeast Asian Games kicked off in Davao City, a month before the start of the biennial meet. More than 2,000 runners participated in the affair, led by AIBA World Women's Boxing Champion Nesty Petesio and Asian Sambo Championships gold medalist Sydney Tangkontian. The next stop for the Sampaguita-inspired torch will be in Cebu.
Out of the Gilas Pilipinas pool, due to an ankle injury, Jason Castro's place has been filled in by NLEX star Kiefer Ravena. The Phenom was first seen with the national pool during a tune-up game versus Alab Pilipinas on Monday. Although Ravena's arrival completed the 15-man roster, it's still uncertain whether or not he'll make the final lineup for the biennial meet. Ravena, however, was simply thankful for getting the opportunity to learn under coach Tim Cong.
As for the result of the closed-door friendly match, Gilas Pilipinas looked impressive against a very capable Alab Pilipinas crew. For more on this game, here's our report and a word from the national pool's newest player. Gearing up for the 2019 SEA Games basketball tournament, Gilas Pilipinas pool went up against the ABL club San Miguel Alab Pilipinas for a closed-door tune-up game on Monday at the Meralco Gym. It was a tight match that ended with the national team edging out Alab 98-95. Junmar Fajardo led Gilas with 21 points, followed by R.R. Pogo, who scored 15. Big men Japet Aguilar, Christian Stan Harninger, and Vic Manuel also stepped up as they combined for 28 markers. As for Alab, it was Louis Vigil who showed out, pacing the squad with 18 points. A second tune-up game between the two teams is set to go down on November 11th.
With Coach Tim, I guess that's one big advantage. You know, he's trying to make everybody be on the same page, just like any other coach. But with Coach Tim, he has his own way of doing it. So this is my moment to absorb everything that I can in terms of learning a lot from Coach Tim. He and I spoke a lot kanina, and also every time I have a chance, you know, we still try to learn from the best. Try to be with them as much as I can in terms of being mentally present and mentally prepared para pagdating ng practice ko. Makapag-practice namin, hindi na sila masyado mag-a-adjust pagdating sa akin, ako na lang. Para ano man yung matutulong ko, yun na lang bibigay ko.
Capturing 3 gold medals, Cebu dominated the SEA Games test event for esports last Monday. To find out more about the Philippine team's domineering display, check out our special report. In an early showcase of world-class skill, Cebu bagged 3 gold medals at the SEA Games test event for esports on Monday at the Phil All Flying V Center.
This is the last of the series of test events conducted by FISGOC, and we are trying to test here, of course, the operations and the competition, how it's being done during the actual SEA Games. And I'm very happy that we have 3 countries participating, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, and of course host Philippines as the host country. And I think we'll have a very good show today.
Cebu's Andre Albar captured the first gold medal as he bested Indonesian gamer Meat in the final round of Tekken.
Even though it's still a test event, we still played, and I felt really competitive back earlier. And I had a glimpse of the gameplays of the other Southeast Asian countries that we were about to face this coming SEA Games 2019.
Cebu's Dota team continued the onslaught with a 2-0 sweep of Malaysia to secure victory number 2.
Yung una, syempre, kinakabahan, pero after nung first series, parang naboost yung confidence ko kasi nanalo kami sa first game namin. Tapos yun, tuloy-tuloy na yung namin, yung parang momentum. Nakaka-add ng confidence kasi kami yung nanalo sa test event, tas parang same lang din ata yung maglalaro sa which is sa event talaga.
The country's third gold came at the expense of Indonesia, who got clobbered by Cebu's Mobile Legends Bang Bang team 2-0.
We just want to enjoy. I mean, of course, our motto here is we win as one, right? and then we just want to give our best. And of course, we want the gold medal. But of course, it depends on how much effort we put on during our practices. And I'm 100% sure that practice makes perfect, and then it will give us the best results, just like we always did.
Sibol now hopes that the success will translate come December 5 to December 10 in the same venue.
It's the first time na medal sport ito sa SEA Games. Filipinos love esports, and there's so much also economic benefits and opportunities. So I think it's a win-win for everyone.
The Philippine women's volleyball team switched its preparations for the SEA Games to high gear when it participated in the Philippine Superliga Super Cup. The mini-tournament featured PSL selection squads, Team Sparkle and Team Shine, along with Japanese intercollegiate champion Tsukuba University. After the fierce competition held from November 5 till November 8 at the Phil Oil Flying V Center, the national team now appears to be all set for the Southeast Asian meet.
Marjeline Didal is expected to win no less than the gold medal in the upcoming Southeast Asian Games. The hype comes after the Filipina skateboarding princess won 2 major events in California, namely the best trick categories at the Exposure All-Women's Skateboarding Championships and the Ladies' Day at Barracks. Along with a $15,000 total cash prize, Marjeline also raked in a major boost for her SEA Games build-up.
Who would have thought that the 2019 Women's World Boxing Championships gold medalist Nessie Patecio has yet to win it all in the Southeast Asian Games? In her past 3 tries, the Davao City native did manage to win silver every time. But still, her career would seem incomplete without capturing SEA Games gold. In her 4th attempt, however, this 27-year-old featherweight will have tremendous momentum and overwhelming home crowd support as she tries to track down that elusive gold medal.
Filipino Wushu stars Agatha Wong and Daniel Parantac revealed the driving force behind their gold medal bid at the 30th SEA Games. For Agatha, pushing her sport to the mainstream is a prime motivating factor as she defends her SEA Games crown. Meanwhile, 2-time SEA Games champion Daniel Parantac declares his intention to retire after the biennial meet. Thus, winning a 3rd gold medal would be a fitting end to his colorful career. The 2019 SEA Games Wushu tournament takes place from December 1 to 3 at the World Trade Center in Pasay.
The Philippine fencing team, bound for the 30th Southeast Asian Games, is all locked in to win the overall title on home soil. According to head coach Roberto Canlas Jr., the team's goal is to bag 4 gold medals and have all the Filipino fencers get a podium finish. To hit the target medal haul, the Philippine fencing team will vie in the Taiwan Open from November 14 to 18 in time for the SEA Games, which is scheduled for November 30 to December 11.
Those were our top SEA Games news of the week, and we're just getting started.
Up next is a special interview with 2 of the country's top nationals. We'll have that and more when In Focus returns.
Hi, I'm Ana Yunila Nuwalia, tubong Maynila, at membro ng Dance Sport Council of the Philippines. Start ako sa dance sport around 2008. So 1 year, puro training, and then after 2009, doon ako nag-start mag-compete from syllabus, and then the next level, the next level, the next level, until mga around 2013 na nag-amateur ako. Yun yung nag-3rd place kami sa buong Philippines, kaya nakapasok kami sa national pool. Parang ngayon pa lang yung nagsisimula yung journey namin ng partner ko pagdating sa dance sport. If-flourish pa namin yon. Also, ang goal talaga namin is impart lahat ng natutunan namin, lahat ng experiences namin sa mga next generations para ang dance sport sa Philippines patuloy lang siyang nag-grow. Muli, ako si Ana Yunina Nuwalia, miyembro ng Dance Sport National Team, lumalaban para sa bayan.
Share a common dream. Our roots are old and new. Our stories, joyful echoings of bonds, forged strong and true. Together we're a universe. We are a few.
Welcome back to In Focus. Now prepare to meet two of the world's best cue artists on this edition of Gold Medal Quest. Check this out, we've got two of the best in all of billiards, and they'll play for Team Philippines in the 2019 Southeast Asian Games. Please welcome Rubelen Amit and Carlo Biado. Thank you very much for joining me here today.
Thank you for
Now,
having us.
you know what? We say it all the time, world class, best in the world, but you literally are some of the best in the world. Number 3 in the world being, and Carlo, number 4 in the world, if I'm not mistaken right now, or one of the top ranked players for sure. And when we have that type of talent, and I know that the people ahead of us in terms of that ranking right now are not from Southeast Asia, they're from China, they're from wherever else in the world. Just looking at the field of competition in the Southeast Asian Games, a lot of people would say, billiard, sure gold dapat tayo yun. But then, just really, how tough is that field, Carlo?
Para sa akin, halos lahat naman ng player magagaling eh. Kaya hindi pwedeng magkumpiyansa, lalo na pagka sasaba ka na sa mga international event. So, kailangan laging ready tayo, lagi tayong nakahanda dyan.
Well, Bing, how about you? I mean, again, you're a veteran of this particular tournament, and when you play against our neighbors in the ASEAN region, parang iba rin yung environment, you know?
Yes, and like what you said a while ago, expected ang billiards to produce a gold medal, but it's actually pressure for us also, and the opponents over the years, they've improved a lot also. So katulad ng sinabi ni teammate ko na si Carlo is that we can't be complacent and really have to prepare for the SEA Games, lalo na dito sa Philippines gaganapin.
Yeah, I know. And right now, a lot of people realize that, when you think billiards, you think pool, any pool sport, Philippines always is expected to do well there. But then there are a lot of types of events in billiards, and I just wanted to know, what events are we actually competing in as a Philippine team, and just who can we expect there that a lot of our viewers might actually know?
If I'm not mistaken, we have the 9-ball singles for the men and women, and then 10-ball singles for the men and women again, and then 9-ball doubles for men and women also. And then we have snooker event, singles, and then another snooker event, which is doubles. And then we have carom, which is, of course, Tatay Efren is playing. And then we have one more, English billiards, which is also a snooker, on a snooker table.
Well, when you represent the country, iba talaga. I know you both of you go abroad, and you're basically representing yourselves, even though they always say that you're from the Philippines. But iba talaga when you're playing for the national team. Carlo, can you tell us kung dagdag pressure nga ba yun na when you're playing for gold medals to add on to yung count of yung medals ng Philippine team as a whole?
Siyempre, meron din, nakakaramdam din ng pressure, konti lang. Pero alam mo naman yun, gusto kong manalo dito sa darating na SEA Games. Gusto kong depensahan yung pagkapanalo ko last SEA Games sa Malaysia. Sana padagdagan ulit yung gold medal ko.
Yeah, and of course, both of you multiple-time gold medalists in the Southeast Asian Games. And when you look at the crop of talent that we have right now sa Philippine team, and we're all obviously still thinking about, not just the SEA Games, but can we keep being the dominant force in billiards in the region? How confident are you in the talent that we have as a whole sa billiards team natin?
Ako, sa women's team, I believe that, like si Cheska Centeno, she's the gold medalist of the last SEA Games, and she's very young, she's like 20 pa lang.
Yeah.
So I'm very confident that in a decade or 2 decades, she could really dominate women's billiards. And like dito naman sa men's, sobrang madami.
Diyan sila Johan Chua, diyan sila Jeffrey Ignacio. So hindi tayo papauli diyan sa mga
hindi tayo mawawalan ng
talent.
And for you, napapressure ka ba na yung mga mas bata ngayon, they're getting better as the years go by?
Sa ngayon, maraming mga diyan sila Antorraga, yung
Yes.
di ba? Hindi naman kasi kahit sila na makalabang ko sa halimbawa itong SEA Games, kami na magtapat, okay lang, kahit sino na manalo sa amin, at least makukuha natin yung gold medal sa silver.
Of course. And now looking at yung the pool of the pool team, we have again a lot of talent in terms of yung sport na to. How do you choose who represents the country?
What's nice about the billiards team is that meron qualifying tournaments para everyone has an equal chance of joining the national team or at least representing the country for the SEA Games. So this year we started, I think if I'm not mistaken, around March. We had the qualifying in March until around April. So for all the events, lahat nag-qualify for us to be able to have the spots. So like for me, I play 9-ball singles, 10-ball singles, and 9-ball doubles. Lahat yun nag-qualify. Lahat kami, like si Carlo din, he plays.
Qualifying ako.
He played 10-ball, no? 10-ball
10-ball
singles.
and 9-ball doubles.
Well, and it's interesting kasi even though we did mention that you are one of the top ranked players in the world, you still have to go through those qualifying events, not just to show everyone that complacency is not a thing in this team. And what do you tell each other to make sure that you're not complacent? Because it's so easy to be complacent, especially when you look at your own ranking and you see that you're way up there, and then yung kalaban mo hindi mo makita, mag-scroll down ka pa.
Just reminding ourselves that we're doing this for the country, we're doing this for for our families, and for God, of course. It's for me, it's enough motivation to strive hard. Kasi mahirap to be complacent, especially right now na yung technology is a big part. You could just watch like on YouTube or you could research on Google, and then you'll learn from there. So yung bilis and the level of play right now is very high.
Yeah.
So like for example, you won in this tournament and then you get complacent. The next tournament, pwede ka nang kulelat or matalo agad. So you really have to put in the work.
Well, Carlo, when you look at we're talking about complacency. Personally, what do you do to make sure na kahit anong tournament? I know you played in the world stage and all that, and dito sa SEA Games naman, it's possibly not as challenging as those tournaments, at least on paper. But how do you make sure that you don't approach it in that way and make sure na very professional pa rin yung approach mo sa laro?
Okay, no, ang ginagawa ko kasi pagdating sa mga ganyang event, siyempre magpa-practice ako. Kailangan ko mag-workout para alam mo 'yun. Kasi ang pupasok sa isip ko pag siyempre gusto kong manalo. Andiyan yung family ko, sinusuportahan nila ako para manalo sa mga ganyang event.
Well, I remember one of the last times I visited yung training nyo. Actually, can I just say, Carlo, you can ask Bing. I have no business holding a cue stick ever. All right, so let's not mention that ever again. But when I was there, I was talking to Tatay Efren, and he actually said that he's only nervous kapag he's representing the Philippines. Kasi iba talaga kapag yung pinaglaban mo yung bansa mo eh. And do you feel that same way? Kasi I know we talked about it a while ago, but then now may context na si Tatay Efren na yung sabi, pwede ka nang umamin. Dagdag pressure yun.
Ewan ko kasi hindi ko pa na-experience yung maglaro ng SEA Games dito. First time sa Philippines. So, sa ibang international event katulad sa Japan, US, medyo okay naman yung pakiramdam ko, pero ewan ko dito sa darating na SEA Games dito gaganapin sa Pilipinas.
Kasi may home crowd
Parang iba home crowd iba talaga.
Were you there in 2005? So so how was the difference? Educate the both of us.
No, actually for me, kanina nga I heard him saying na sabi niya konting nervyos. So sabihin, idol ko to eh. Yung sa akin kasing konti niya, sa akin sobra-sobra yung nervyos ko. I'd be honest talaga. Yung pressure ko sa SEA Games is nothing compared to the World Championships or any other tournament. Sobra ang for me because again nga, it's expected. Kumbaga, you're a world champion, you're like this and like that, so you have to win. What sometimes others don't realize is that it's a short race and it's a single elimination. So konting malas lang, minsan nangyayari yon, konting malas lang sa bola, and that's the game. So ako talaga, I was here noong 2005. It was my first SEA Games.
Oh, okay.
It was my first SEA Games. I played in 2 events, and then I was very blessed to win 2 medals, to win the 2 gold medals. And then for me, kasi at that time, I was just really happy to be part of the Team Philippines. Kumbaga, for me, gusto ko manalo.
Yeah.
But it's just gravy.
Yeah.
For me, it's just representing the country. But now, it's a different story. Kasi, kumbaga, yung expectation more. So, aminin ko na.
Yeah.
Sobra.
Iba talaga.
Sobra.
So, mentally, how do you go through it for the both of you? Kasi, yun nga, the expectations there, and sometimes, let's say a single rack, medyo malas kayo. And how do you make sure that doesn't go to your head? Because I'm sure that you've been in this type of situation before, albeit in different scales. But how do you make sure that mentally you still produce rack after rack, making sure you still perform well, na at the end of it all, no matter what the result, you're happy with what you've done?
Ano naman, sa dami na kasi na experience na nilaro ko sa mga international event, natutunan ko rin yung kung paano i-handle yung pressure. So, nung tumagal-tagal, na-handle ko naman yung pressure kasi ang dami ko nang nasalihan, katulad ng World Games. Dala ko yung bansa natin, di ba? Isa na yon. Tsaka yung SEA Games, last SEA Games sa Malaysia. So, mapag-aaralan ko naman yan kung paano i-handle yung pressure.
How about you?
With me, I do meditation and I do concentration exercises, and now I do yoga.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's just very hard.
Yeah, but does it help? Like, do you feel that it helps?
Yeah, I feel that it helps because aside from the stretching part, meron din siyang how do you say it? Parang there are times when I would want to give up.
Yeah.
Like there are positions na ayoko na.
Yeah.
But then siguro
Pero
it
push
helps.
pa rin.
Yeah, push pa rin. Siguro. So that's my part of preparing for the SEA Games is yun, yung mental side, mental toughness.
Carlo, I think kailangan tayo mag-yoga You know, just
He does ano?
Oh, you do yoga also?
Zumba.
Nag-Zumba ka! Okay, so...
Galing to, magaling.
Perfect! Oh my God! So you have Zumba, you have yoga.
Yeah.
It all works out. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the secret to being mentally strong for the Southeast Asian Games. Carlo, thank you very much for being here. Could you invite our viewers to come and support you guys in the upcoming SEA Games?
Yes, to everyone who is watching, maraming salamat po for your support, and ngayon po sa darating na SEA Games ngayong December 3 to 10, 2019, please support us po. If you can, please be there. It will be a big help for us. Manila Hotel tent. If hindi naman po, if you're really busy, a prayer would really be a big help din po. Maraming salamat. God bless.
Yeah.
It was great talking to a couple of world-class athletes. How I wish we had more time. We can talk all about the Zumba and the yoga, but let's not delve into that. Now, as for you guys, don't go away just yet because terrific SEA Games trivia is coming up when In Focus returns.
Hi, I'm Aristeo Perol, member of the Philippine floorball team. I started floorball po nung when I was in grade 7 po, that was year 2014. So, PE po siya sa school namin. So, parang inintroduce sa amin, instead na mag-basketball kami, pinakilala kami sa bagong sports na ito na inintroduce din ng UP sa school namin. In-influence ako ng coach ko first na sumali sa UP floorball team. And then doon na parang nung nag-develop na ako, in-invite nila ako na mag-tryout sa national team kasi sabi nila may potential daw, ganon. So para sa development na rin, yun, nag-join ako, nag-tryout ako. So being a student athlete po is very hard since malayo din po yung pinanggagalingan kong school. Well, for me, time management, of course, necessary yon. Dapat i-prioritize mo yung mga bagay-bagay na kailangan mong gawin off and inside the court.
Is a force to change the world. Our nations share a common dream. Our roots are old and new. Our stories, joyful echoings of bond.
Ako po si Michael Angelo Mengorio, national team player po ng billiards. Nag-umpisa po ako ng billiards is 10 years old. Pero ang laro ko nung 8 years old ako is yung pool, alam mo yung pitya-pitya. Nagsimula ako sa mga kanto-kanto, gano'n. Parang laro-laro lang. Pumasok ako ng national team noon nung pinasok ako ng taga sa amin, si Tito Luis Barona. Siya ang una nagpapunta sa akin dito noon. Mga 13 years old ako noon nung nag-training ako dito noon. ano yun, tawag dito, inaasam-asam ko talaga na makilala rin sa bilyar. Kasi talagang, kasi nung mga panahon ko noon, puro marami rin ako pagsubok pagdating sa bilyar eh. Andiyan dyan yung nag-iikot-ikot ako, nangaharang-harang, ganun, money-money game. Kasi hindi naman mayawasan yan talaga sa atin dahil maraming ganyan. Siyempre, ang pinakagusto ko ma-achieve yung ito, mag-champion dito sa snooker. Kasi dati munti ko na rin makuha eh. Siyempre, yun ang talagang pangarap ko, mag-world champion din. At balang araw, alam ko, maaasam ko rin yun.
Welcome back to In Focus. Now, we are about to see an inspiring feature about the former torchbearers of the Philippines for the Southeast Asian Games.
Of course, all of them are now Filipino sporting icons, but during those times when they were assigned to be the torchbearers, most of them were still legends in the making.
Very interesting. On that note, let's go back to those great moments with Bea Escudero.
As the Philippines host the 30th biennial meet, who will take the honor of carrying the torch of the Games? Let's take a look at some of the torchbearers through the years. In the 11th Southeast Asian Games, Benjamin Silva Neto was given the honor to light the torch of the Games. He is a Filipino long-distance runner and is the first Filipino to compete and win in a marathon, which took place in Rojas, Capiz. In 1991, Asia Spring Queen Lydia de Vega Mercado lit the flame in the cauldron. Then Taekwondo champion Maria Antoinette Rivera carried the torch and lit the flame in the 23rd Southeast Asian Games in 2005. Who will it be this year? Support our Pinoy athletes in the 30th Southeast Asian Games. We win as one.
It will really be very exciting to know who will be this year's torchbearer. But for right now, it is really very iconic to see once again those images, to say the least. Now, it's time to light up the mood as we move on to the mascots that made the past editions of the SEA Games much more memorable.
Pammy, our mascot for the 2019 Games, will surely do that. Pammy is very cute, and its name entails a heartfelt message because Pammy is short for pamilya or family.
Pammy goes perfectly with the SEA Games' current slogan, "We win as one." But I'm pretty sure that the Filipino mascot's predecessors were all great as well. Now for more on this, here's Bea Escudero once again.
Hey guys, the 30th Southeast Asian Games won't be complete without the official mascot. Let's learn more of the SEA Games mascots through the years. It was only in 1985 that mascots were introduced in the SEA Games as representations of a country's culture. Kiko Lubuyo, a colorful mountain-dwelling fighting cock, was introduced in 1991. Then in the 23rd Southeast Asian Games in 2005, Gilas was born. Gilas is a Philippine eagle which symbolizes elegance, strength, pride, and the winning spirit of the athletes. Gilas was designed by Filipino sports writer columnist Danny Simon. This year, the official mascot for the 30th Southeast Asian Games is Pammy. Pammy represents every nation, sport, and person coming together at the Games. Pammy comes from the Tagalog word pamilya, which means family. Catch the updates of the 30th Southeast Asian Games here. We win as one.
Well, Pammy made a splash on social media when Pammy was revealed, and I am sure that when the SEA Games come rolling along, he'll make a splash once again.
And the SEA Games mascots were all lovely and they all served their purpose. But I think Pammy is still my favorite.
Oh, there's no argument there. But before we go, you should know that we are almost just 3 weeks away from the official start of the 2019 SEA Games.
And until then, we'll deliver the latest news and most important developments of the week. On behalf of my partner, Paolo Del Rosario, I'm Erica Padilla Carriazo, and this has been In Focus, the 30th Southeast Asian Games Update.